Hello there, Gemini. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of December 21st through the 28th. I normally don't do this, but I am going to make one quick announcement here. I do have some group mentoring coming up. One session is coming up on Tuesday, the 29th of December. That's going to be at 6:15 Mountain Time, so you may want to look and see what time that would be for you. If you're interested in a group mentoring session, just get a hold of me and we can put you in there. I do have 3 slots still available. Also, I have another group mentoring session coming up on Wednesday, the 13th of January. That is at 12:15 Mountain Time once again. So same thing, if you're interested in that session, let me know. I do have contact information on my website, amista.info. So you can find out how to reach me there by email, text, phone, whatever. For those of you who are interested in group mentoring sessions, if those 2 dates don't work for you, let me know. What we'll do is we'll find a date that works for you and then we'll make it available to everybody. And so whoever else wants to join in will be able to do that. So there's that announcement. Let's get on with your reading, Geminis. Monday, what you have coming up is the 9 of Coins in reverse. 9 of Coins in reverse is just telling me that on Monday, you're looking around at your life and your lifestyle and you're realizing that there are some things that you would like to change. And this is a strong card when I see it. So what this tells me is not only are you finding things that you would like to change, you're also taking some action to change those things. Now, I've had this card come up for like if somebody decides that the commute to the workplace is too long, then they might start actively looking for a way to have a shorter commute to work. I've also seen this come up for people who look around their house and realize, oh, my kitchen cabinets are just not what I want them to be. And so they start finding out, okay, well, how much would it cost for me to update the knobs, or how much would it cost for me to get a contractor to come in and just completely update everything? You know, so there's some action being taken about improving something about your life or your lifestyle on Monday that you just decide, you know what, I'm not living like this anymore. Now Tuesday, Geminis, what you have showing up is you have the Ace of Clubs. And the Ace of Clubs is talking about a new inspiration, some kind of new great idea. And it's in the very, very beginning, the conceptual stages. So it's hard to say how far through you're going to follow this idea, but I do see on Tuesday you're getting a really great new idea that you're interested in following up on and you want to find out more about. Now this could be something to do with work, this could be something to do with your family, with your home life. So this could be maybe a new activity that you'd like to pursue with your family. This could be a new project at work. Whatever it is, it's something that you're excited about finding out more about, excited about the potential to actually do. Okay, so that's coming in on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have the Emperor showing up. The Emperor is a really good card. This just talks about sort of having your groove on, being in your mojo, kind of being tuned in and being in control of the things that are under your authority to be in control of. So that's one way that that's going to come in for you, Geminis. The other way that this is going to come in is that for some of you, you're going to be interacting with someone who has an emperor role. So an emperor role is somebody who does have some kind of authority. They can be a head of a family. They can be a boss at work. But this is somebody that you're dealing with on Wednesday who does have some authority. For most of you, he's going to be male, although not for all of you. And this person is someone who does have a lot of integrity and a high value system. I feel like whenever you are interacting with him, a lot of you Geminis, I feel like this is actually going to be somebody from work. And for those of you who actually celebrate Christmas, and I know not all of you do, but for those of you who do celebrate Christmas, I am getting a strong impression of this person wishing you well for the holiday. I feel like maybe even some of you could be getting a bonus from this person. He may actually be handing you an envelope with a check, but some of you may just be getting a card that expresses his appreciation. Whatever it is, it's his way of showing his appreciation right now at this particular holiday time. And I do feel like some of you who don't celebrate Christmas are still going to have this interaction with this person because they do. And they recognize the holiday and they want to do something for you at this time, even though you may not personally celebrate yourself. So anyway, yeah, that's the feeling that I'm getting for the majority of you, but definitely an interaction with an authority figure who has a lot of integrity, or you guys kind of feeling like you're in your groove going on Wednesday, Geminis. Now, Thursday's a little bit different. Thursday, we have the High Priestess showing up in reverse. I feel like somebody's going to be giving you some bad advice on Thursday. And so this could be this could be some of you going to get a reading from a psychic who you don't know and you've never interacted with before, and nobody recommended this person to you, and so this psychic gives you some really raunchy advice. Maybe they're a total scam, but you don't know that until you pay them. Because the High Priestess does have a lot to do with psychic abilities and things as well. But it doesn't have to be from a psychic like that. It could be from anybody. But I am getting the impression that some of you are going to get readings from psychics that aren't necessarily so trustworthy. So since I am getting that impression, let me just do a little informational blurb here about how to find a good psychic. First of all, if you want to find a good psychic, the first thing that you want to do is you want to find somebody that some of your friends have been to that have had good experiences, that they can tell you, you know what, I went to this person and almost every single thing that they said came true. That is somebody that's worth talking to. Okay. You also want to find out, you know, what was the psychic's attitude? Are they a positive person, or are they somebody that is doom and gloom? I mean, when you walk away, ask your friends, you know, when you walked away from this reading, did you feel better or did you feel worse? Because you want to have, anytime you go to a psychic session, you should walk away from that feeling empowered. You should have some very accurate information, and even if the information about what's coming up is not like the most favorable information you can imagine, you still should have that accurate information, and the psychic should be able to help you by giving you some kind of advice or guidance about how to get through that situation that's coming up, so that just knowing about it ahead of time becomes a positive thing for you instead of some kind of thing that's just coming up in the future to clobber you like a hammer or something, you know. So definitely you want to know, okay, ask your friend, was this person accurate? How did you feel at the end of the reading? Did you feel empowered or not? Now, if you don't have friends that you're willing to talk to or that are willing to talk to you about going to a psychic, then the next thing you want to do is you want to look for a psychic that has built a reputation for themselves, that they have a presence, they have an online presence, they have a website, that they have a phone number that you can call them that is not some generic 1-800 or 1-900 number, that they are not in the middle of some kind of agency that's run where you just dial a psychic, because those psychics can be really anonymous and they can give you any kind of information and then disappear into the ether and then you never see them again. They have no accountability. You want a psychic who has built a name for themselves because they have people that know how to get a hold of them again. They give out their personal phone numbers. They give out their personal email address. That way a client can come back to them and a client can say, you know what, you suck. Or a client can come back and say, that was amazing. I need another reading from you. But they have accountability. They have to be good at what they do to stay in business. They can't just be a part of an agency, and if they don't do a good job there, then they float on to another agency or another agency or another agency. They've built a reputation and a business for themselves. That's the next thing that you want to be able to look at to find a good psychic. Okay, so if you can't get a friend's reference, find a psychic who has built a name and a reputation for themselves and who makes their living doing this, because if they're not making their living doing this, they're probably still practicing, or maybe they're not quite that good yet, or whatever. So anyway, off my soapbox. So Thursday, I feel like you're going to be getting some bad advice. Not all of you will be getting bad advice from scam psychics, but somebody's going to be giving you some bad advice Thursday. So you just want to pay attention to what people are saying to you as far as what they think you should be doing or how they think you should be handling things, and kind of run it through your little scanner whenever you hear something. Run it through that little scanner in your brain to think, you know, is this logical? Does this make sense? Does this add up, or is it a little fishy? Because you don't want to fall for that bad advice on Thursday. Now, let's move on to Friday. Friday, we have the Death card in reverse, Gemini, and the Death card in reverse is just saying that you have some transformation coming into your life and that you are aware on some level of this transformation. A lot of times this is transformation with core values or some of those deeper values that we've had for a long time. And it looks like you're resisting this transformation on Friday. So a lot of times people do resist that when a core value starts to change, people can resist that because they're afraid of what is that going to change in my life? How is this going to change how I interact with my family, with my coworkers, at work, with my job? I mean, we're talking about some pretty heavy duty changes here that they seem like they're kind of small on the surface, but when you start to look at what all they're going to impact, really is life-changing. So a lot of times we resist those because we're afraid. We don't know what's coming, what's going to come out of this. We can't see the end of the line yet, and so we resist. Here's the advice here. If you catch yourself resisting a major change about a core value, then you might want to rethink that. And the reason I say that is when this card comes up, that change is coming in. There's nothing you can do to stop it. Now you might be able to slow it down for a while, but the change is coming in. And all you're doing by slowing it down is you're lengthening that transitional period. And we all know that the transition periods are the awkward periods. Once you get through the transition period, then you can get back into a groove and get things going smooth and in a nice routine again. Happiness making. So if you catch yourself resisting that change, my advice to you would be try to let it go ahead and flow into your life, because these are the types of change that do in the long run make you happier, and they make it more easy for you to follow your life's path. So Saturday, moving on, we have the Four of Cups showing up. The Four of Cups is telling me that Saturday you Geminis feel like having a pity party. Pity party. There should be big red flashing lights that come up every time somebody says pity party. Okay, so here's the thing. Pity parties are fantastic. I mean, they feel totally justified when we're doing them. Poor me. I deserve sympathy. I need sympathy. Look what I've been through. Look how terrible this was. Yada, 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 yada. It feels good to have attention. It feels good to have sympathy, but man, really pay attention to how you're feeling. Does that make you feel happy? Because if it's not making you feel happy, it probably is not what you want to be doing. Nobody needs to be getting depressed and blue. It's not really what we were designed for. In case you haven't noticed, stress causes a whole lot of physical ailments. Being stressed out, being blue, being upset, that's not what our bodies were designed for. Our bodies were designed to be happy and relaxed. So when we feel the pity party coming in, if you feel this energy coming in for you, Geminis, and this is a general reading, so not all of you will, then you want to do what you can to turn that around. Okay? So let's see. Let's move on. Sunday, what do we have here? Seven of Swords in reverse for you, Geminis. Seven of Swords in reverse is just saying that Sunday you're kind of, oh, yeah. This is an interesting card. So Sunday, there's somebody who tried to pull the wool over your eyes earlier, and they thought that they were successful at it. What they didn't know was that you knew exactly what they were up to. You just didn't say anything or stop them. Okay? So on Sunday, what they're trying to do, they want to make up to you for what they've done before, but they don't want to admit what they've done before. So it's kind of they're trying to be like sneaky about being nice to you now to sort of pay you back for what they did to you before, even though they think you don't know about it. So it's a really interesting situation, and you can do with it whatever you want. I'm a Scorpio. I kind of like to let the mouse squirm a little bit, but that's up to you. You can let them know, oh, I knew the whole time, or whatever you want to do. But anyway, that is your week, Gemini. Thank you so much for stopping by, for sharing, liking, subscribing, and commenting. Don't forget, if you're interested in a mentoring session, get a hold of me. Everyone have a fantastic week. Those of you who celebrate Christmas, have a wonderful Christmas. And I'll see you all back here the next time around. Peace out.